Welcome, Divine Discoveries. So, let me see. It's past the 3-minute mark. Okay, I'm going to start whether somebody's in here or not. And it's been really crazy. So, look. This is frustrating the hell out of me. Okay. I guess I'll just keep it here. Okay. So I'll start at the 5-minute mark. I'm trying to see if this little playlist that I put on. Okay, cool. I was trying to see if it was going to continuously play or if it was going to stop in between songs. Okay. So welcome. Oh, you know what? Never mind. So I was gonna go get me a give me a minute. I'll be right back. So it's really, you know what I'm saying? We have definitely shifted, okay? Because I just now that little cold, y'all know I had a little cold like over this past few days, whatever. And so I'm starting to think that that cold that I had was ascension symptoms, okay? And I'm at the very end of it. I'm getting over it, but I just been blowing my nose, you know what I'm saying? At one point, my nose was bleeding on one side. Like it wasn't really bleeding, but when I was blowing it, there was blood. Then it became clear again. And it was just a lot of mucus. Like, what the hell is going on here, right? So I'm at the end of it now. And like just a minute ago, right before I came in here, I was blowing my nose, okay? And now my right ear, you know how that ear nose throat connection is there, like my right ear is now feels like it's clogged up and shit, you know what I'm saying? So I know that it's going to unclog, but it's weird, you know what I'm saying? Like this whole ascension thing, I definitely feel that I have been feeling physical symptoms and physiological symptoms of ascending, okay? But I am absolutely positive that I have shifted, okay, and I have shifted to a higher vibration, okay, even over last night and these past couple of days, okay. So I have some crazy. I've had some. I don't even know what to call the experiences. They are otherworldly, beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Higher level experiences, okay. So I don't even know where to begin. So okay, I say about 2 or 3 days ago, I walked into my bathroom, okay, and the lights over my bathroom sink it's about a row of like five, big round light bulbs, right? And the lights above my sink, as soon as I walked into the bathroom, all of them blew out, right? And I was like, so I flipped the switch on. I'm like, what the hell happened, right? All the lights blew out. And I automatically thought about my grandma because my grandmother would always blow out lights like that, okay? And she also couldn't wear a watch. Like watches would stop on her wrist, okay? So I was like, I automatically thought about my grandma and like, I was like, wow, I'm starting to get like grandma, you know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, that happened, okay? So I just left the lights off, okay? Because it was too late to call the maintenance man. So I was like, I'll just do it tomorrow because I have two bathrooms, okay? So I was like, I'll just leave that bathroom light off, for the day or whatever. So I was doing rituals yesterday, you know what I'm saying? I was definitely feeling the shift, okay? Before I came in and started doing my rituals, I had went over to my daughter's house who doesn't live far from me, okay? And when I was walking home from my daughter's house, I was outside, and I was just enjoying the atmosphere. I knew it was the new moon and it felt good because, it was nice. Like it felt like spring, it's been like very sunny, very bright outside. Our days are starting to get longer already where I live at. And it was about 60 something degrees yesterday. So it was a beautiful night. And as I was walking home, I was looking up at the stars. And it was so, the sky was breathtakingly beautiful. Okay. And there was this one particular star in the sky. It was huge. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm looking at it. I was thinking about Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, the song, right? And I just felt a connection to this star. And I'm like, this ain't no star. I'm not sure what it is. I think it is an airship. I think it is, you know what I'm saying? Some sort of UFO. I think that there are Pleiadians or Arcturians or Syrians. It's something there, right? I'm like, I feel a connection. So I just started sending like telepathic messages. I was just standing there looking at it because the feeling of it was of peace, of security, it was so beautiful, right? And in my mind's eye, I don't know, for some reason I was feeling the color blue. Okay, I don't know, the colors are a feeling, okay? And I sent the message and I was like, Twinkle, You know what I'm saying? If you see me, you know what I'm saying? And it twinkled, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God. And so I was looking at the whole sky, and it reminded me of the night that I told y'all that I got that Michael initiated me. And remember, I told y'all that all the stars up there they had turned everything came to life. Like all the stars were angels, and I realized that they were alive and that they were angels, right? So I was looking at it and I was like, wow, those are angels, you know what I'm saying? And so I ended up coming in and I was just feeling like, wow, this shift is really happening. It's magical, you know what I'm saying? It's beautiful, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm loving it because I felt that when I was being emotional, the other day on the 20th, I think it was, that was like, the final purge. Like, we're going into this major, state of healing, you know what I'm saying, where we actually can tap into the unified field in that stream of well-being. And so basically what happened was so after I walked into basically, okay, I came back, I did rituals. So I had been outside, I saw the star and everything, made the connection, and then when I came in, I just felt powered up. I was doing rituals and stuff last night, and then I don't know what I was watching, or maybe I was meditating. Okay, so I had gotten emotional again, and I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of being emotional about this, right? But I noticed, like, every time that I would get emotional, and it's not just about like what my relationship. It's about a lot of things. Like I just feel this shift, and I feel Gaia. I feel everybody else's pain as well. Oh, yeah, divine discoveries. I loved it. It made me feel like home was coming closer to me. Like, because I've always felt like a ship was gonna come one day and come take me up out of here. You know what I'm saying? And I still feel like that because I had that dream. Okay, but I felt like the ship was gonna come and get me before I ever had that dream. You know what I'm saying? But since I've had the dream, I'm sure of it, and I feel like my ancestors are parked in the heavens right now, girl. That's what it made me feel like. Okay, welcome, Triana 407. So, girl, it made me feel like the ancestors are parked in the heavens and it's about to go down. Okay, that's what it made me feel like, and I was like, oh my God, I am so loving this vibe. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all. So before this all happened, now I don't remember that this could have been happened the night before. I think this happened the night before. Okay, it was in between the 20th and yesterday. Okay, I was sitting here, I was meditating, you know what I'm saying? And I don't even remember what exactly I was thinking about when I was meditating. But oh my God, like one of my angels showed himself so clearly. Like it was like right, okay, because I'm sitting right here at this table where I'm sitting, and I was meditating, because sometimes I'll just sit here in silence, or I'll go in my room, but I wasn't in my room. I was sitting right here, and I was sitting. No, I was listening. I was watching a meditative mind video. Okay, so I was on a nice vibe, just very relaxed, and all of a sudden, because the angel had it had always been there. Okay, but it was like all of a sudden it was like a flash of the visibility, and it felt like a flash. Like I let this flash of color, and it was like this prismatic rainbow light, color that came across. Like I became visible to you in a flash real quick, and I was like, oh my God, like you are, like it was that close to me and just letting me see it. But the feeling was like, oh my God, like I said, I talk a lot about the colors because the colors are so significant. Like all the angels, when they come, they bring with them these colors, and the colors represent emotions. Like you can feel these colors, you know what I'm saying? And it's just, I was like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? Like we are in this magical time and space. Like the shift has happened. That's why I was so emotional. Like it was happening right then. So now, y'all, we have shifted, right? I know for a fact that we have shifted. I know I have, okay? A lemon seed, y'all. Y'all know I freshly squeezed my lemonade, okay? So, but anyway, so the rain. Okay, first of all, so the angel showed himself, okay, the night before, and I was like, oh my God, I was just feeling like I'm just so blessed. Like every time stuff like that happens to me, I'm like, oh my God, like I'm humbled because I'm like, I'm just so blessed, right, to be able to have these experiences. Like the angel showed me, like I got to be protected. If you standing right here, you know what I'm saying? I got to be protected. I do it anyway. I mean, it was the same feeling that I felt when when Michael was there. I mean, it's the same, you know what I'm saying? Like I just feel so humbled and so grateful, you know what I'm saying? Yes, meditative minds, honey. And if you're in the group yet, girl, you're gonna love the things that I take with their videos and do, because you know what I'm saying, I take it and go even a little deeper with it. Okay. So I'm working on some more, but I got a few of them in the group already. So definitely join us in on Shun Aj exclusive. I love them, okay? Because again, they know how to set your tone, okay? So definitely so yeah, so it's Mercury in retrograde, okay, and I feel like that has brought up a lot of things, y'all. Okay, but I'm loving it, like, because again, I haven't resisted the journey. I haven't run from the pain. I have fully like faced everything head on. You know what I'm saying? And so I had gotten emotional. I don't know what happened, because, like I said, the angel thing had happened the night before. And so then yesterday, like I said, I had walked into my bathroom and had blew the lights out earlier. And I already knew, like, I was getting like my grandma, like, oh my God, I'm starting to get powered up. You know what I'm saying? Like my grandma, right? And so then I was like, so I was feeling that. And then last night, I don't know what I got emotional for. I think I was listening to another meditative mind. I don't know what I was doing. I got emotional, and I was very emotional. And I noticed, like, because my angels were telling me, pay attention to what you do when these emotions come up, okay? Because I feel very strong, deep, deep emotions, okay? And when I'm doing my work, I know how to just let it out into the work. But like when it's me just feeling, about to feel my own pain and my own stuff, for some reason I have a tendency to push it, like try to hold it in, because it's so much, right? It's so much. So I don't want to just let it all out, because I'm like, I'm going to end up screaming. I'm going to end up, people going to think I'm crazy, right? My neighbors are going to hear me. That's how I feel, because it's so much. So it was kind of like it always happens like this, like waves. And I ration it out. Like I only let a little bit out, because it's just so much, right? I know that it's too much for the world. That's how I felt like. Well, last night, my angels, this was after I had connected with the star. I felt, you know what I'm saying, very connected with the cosmos and everything. Uh, so it was coming up again, and I was like, I'm tired of this shit. Why does it keep coming up? Because every time I get emotional, I'm angry at myself for being emotional. Like I want to be able to control the emotion, right? And one of my friends who's very psychic, when I first met her, this is how I knew she was the real deal. When I first met her, that's the first thing she told me about myself, is that you can't control your emotions. She was like, not even a little bit, not even a little bit. And I was like, damn, she's seeing right into me. Nobody has ever been able to see that, because that's why when I get angry, I go in. Like, that's why I try not to get angry, because if I get angry and I go onto my altars, it's going to be some very strong destruction. Okay. That, like I said, my spirits take over. The shit is going to happen. And then you know what I'm saying? Then I'll come back to myself. So she knew, she saw that, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, that's why I control, you know what I'm saying? I can control certain things. I make myself control certain things. When I had my children, they taught me patience. You know what I'm saying? I had to learn to control certain things, because I have, you know what I'm saying? I ain't even go in on it, on the things that I have experienced, you know what I'm saying, with letting my emotions out like that. So, but last night, okay, because I told y'all about my Native American father, okay, and I always hear his voice. I visit them. I've always visited them, like in my astral, you know what I'm saying? And so I always hear him, right? He's like one of my strongest guides. And I'm just feeling my post-nasal drip. This shit is annoying. So I hear his voice very clearly. He has like a raspy voice that is emotion. It's like filled with emotion. You can tell that he's a very strong but tender-hearted emotion, like Native American man, and he is my father. Okay, he was my father. I can't say it's a past life or a parallel life or whatever it is, but he is one of my guides. Okay, and he has always called me by this name, okay, that I never told nobody. But I knew the name, and something I don't know why, for some reason I never looked up the name. Okay, I just knew that it meant something, and he calls me by this name, right? So I was like, so last night, so the emotion was coming up, right? And he was telling me, quit pushing it down, quit pushing it down and let it come out. So I was like, man, I don't know why I didn't want to let it out. I'm like, somebody gonna think I'm crazy if I let it out, right? So it was so much though, it started to overwhelm me because he was like, quit pushing it down. So I went in my bathroom, which the lights was already off in my bathroom because I told y'all I had blew it out earlier, okay? Because now I know why, because my spirits were with me, you know what I'm saying? Very strong, high vibrating spirits, right? And so I went into the bathroom because I'm like, man, I'm gonna have to let this shit out. I'm crying and shit, you know what I'm saying? I'm so mad because I be telling myself don't cry and the tears still be coming, right? And so I go in my bathroom and I'm looking at my shadow in the mirror because again it's dark in there, but it's light from the other parts of the house, but so it's like I'm looking at my own shadow in the mirror. And as I'm looking at it, I just started it. I just let it out. Okay, it just came out. Okay, and when it came out, I felt like I was howling at like a wolf. I felt like I turned into a wolf. Okay, and I was literally howling at the moon. Okay, and I couldn't stop it. Like once I started letting it out, it just started coming out because it felt such like a relief to let it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you're getting ready to give birth and it's you in all of that pain and you're pushing, your body is automatically doing this. You can't stop it. Once your body starts pushing the baby out, you can't stop the process. Okay. And at the same time, though it's painful, it is also a relief. Okay, once it's out. And that's what it reminded me of, like giving birth. Like I just let it out and I was literally howling and I became a wolf. Okay, and I realized that this wolf was my spirit animal, and I howled, okay, for I don't know how long in my bathroom, and I'm looking at my shadow because it was me releasing my shadow, okay, literally howling. But what I was releasing, what was coming out was pain, was all the frustration, was all everything that I had been pushing down. It was just coming out, you know what I'm saying, as a howl. And as I'm howling, I felt like a wolf, and I understood the wolf. You know what I'm saying? I understood why the wolf is howling. You know what I'm saying? And the moon, you know what I'm saying? Because that moon brings it out, that strong emotion. You know what I'm saying? And it was a new moon. And I just, you know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my God, like becoming this wolf. And I totally understood. Like my like I said, my Indian father, I don't know why I call him that because I don't know his name. Okay, I just call him my Indian father, but I know what name that he calls me. Okay, and so I was, he told me to let it out, and as I was doing it, like I said, I became the wolf. I knew I was howling at the moon. You know what I'm saying? I knew the moon was pulling that emotion out of me. You know what I'm saying? And it felt like such a relief to let it out. Like, you know what I'm saying? It felt like the same, like when I told y'all how Michael had put that energy in me. And I couldn't, once I started letting it out, I couldn't stop it. It was like a motor and it felt so good. Like it was balancing my emotions, like, but it felt like revving up an engine. And then once it got going, you can't stop it. It's on autopilot. Okay. So it was automatically balancing my emotions. And I howled at the moon until all of that was out of me. Okay. And then I came back in here. I felt completely different. Okay. And I came in here and sat down like, I felt completely cleansed out. I felt like a relief, you know what I'm saying? Like a relief of all that built up, pent up emotion. I felt renewed, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I was in awe because while I was howling, I had literally become a wolf. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Like, and I knew, I'm like, wow, a wolf is my animal totem. I just felt so powerful. Like, wow, I've heard about animal, the Native American wolf animal totem, right? So I'm like, so I automatically started looking it up, because I have never really looked that deep off into it. And when I looked it up, it was so on point as far as I had wrote down some of the stuff. I was like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm saying? It was like a, you know what I'm saying, a total, like, the transformation, was coming. Okay, like, I had been transformed in letting that pain out. Okay, and also I had come to know one of my animal totems. Like, I'm excited now because going forward I have this with me now. You know what I'm saying? It's another aspect of myself. And so I went and looked it up, and it said that it represents sharp intelligence, okay, deep instincts and intuition, an appetite for freedom, and that it appears when it appears as protection, okay, when the Alayo, okay, when Alayo, this Alayo is the name that my Indian father calls me. Now I'm gonna break that down too. After I talk about the wolf, okay, when I have been threatened, okay, or injured, okay, and so that was the pain that I had been holding in ever since I had been ghosted. You know what I'm saying? Like, it had transformed, it had become something. You know what I'm saying? I had been festering in me so long, it had become an entity within itself, and it turned into this wolf. Okay, this, you know what I'm saying? And when I looked it up, my Indian father said, Google Native American Indian spirit, or no, Native American wolf spirit and animal totem. And so that's what I looked up, and I knew it fit because that's exactly how I had been feeling. You know what I'm saying? Like, like that thing that was rising up in me was like a protector. It's a, you know what I'm saying? It is fierce. It is, you know what I'm saying? It is comprised of the pain of what I've been through. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, wow, that was so deep, right? And so then I'm like, why haven't I ever? Because while I'm on Google, I'm like, I never looked up Alayo. This is what he always has called me. How do you find your spirit animal? Girl, it came. Like I said, I became it. Oh, you must have went out, left for a minute when I was telling the story. Girl, how do you know about the dog? Oh, okay, I see who you are. Okay, so anyway, yes, so I'm glad you brought up the dog. So anyway, so the dog, okay, so that, you know what, you're right. That is why I saw that dog that day. Okay, so anyway, let me tell y'all about the dog. Okay, so anyway, he calls me Alayo. So now let me tell you about the dog, because now I've been reminded of the dog. Okay, so the so anyway, I was feeling like I needed that, okay, that protection, because I told y'all after that, and after I've seen like that narc demon rise up in some of my family members and stuff like that, I basically became a hermit. And it's not that I'm scared to go outside, it's that I realize I don't want to deal with, a lot of people, because it's like, because I realized that my dream, this is the time of change, and in my dream I was shown that people was going to be possessed, like most of the world, right? So I'm like, let me, you know what I'm saying, let me become a hermit. This was why I was talking about how all the other witches that I've always known have just kept to themselves and created their own world. Okay, it's not out of fear at all. You know what I'm saying? It's not that we don't fear the demons. The demons fear us. Okay, so you know what I'm saying? That's not the situation at all. And so basically, I knew that that all that thing about protection and everything, I knew that at the description of the animal totem fit what my spirit had basically has been transformed into. Okay, so about the dog thing, now I've been living here. This happened a few years, like I would say about 4 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, in this apartment, in the room that is now my witch room. Okay, that I took y'all into when I did, I was showing y'all when I was getting ready to do my rituals for the new moon yesterday. That same room, okay? But at that time, the room was empty, okay? My daughter, it used to be my daughter's room, and then, she had moved out, and so the room was empty at this time, and I was the only one who was living here at the time, okay? And so I had gone out, I remember I had gone out to get some Chinese food, and when I came back in, this dog, it looks like Lassie. So what is that? A collie came running out of the that room, okay? And for some reason, even though nobody was supposed to be in my apartment, I didn't feel anything weird about it. It was like the dog was familiar to me. You know what I'm saying? It was like the dog was familiar to me. And when he came, he looked, you know what I'm saying? He looked like he was a collie. He looked like Lassie. He didn't bark. He didn't say anything. He ran up to me and was, breathing like, you know how dogs do. Like he was waiting for something, right? And I had some chicken wings and some shrimp fried rice in the bag. And I was like, in my mind, I was like, I'm about to give him a chicken wing. Now, why? I'm sitting here like logically, my mind should be like, why is a dog in my damn apartment? I need to be going to see if somebody is up in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, is this somebody's dog who has broken in? Like, that would be the logical thought process. But my thought process was not, it wasn't that. It was felt like I knew this dog. Like I should have expected him to be coming out of that room. That he, and he was big. Like he wasn't a puppy. He might have been a puppy, but he was big, okay? And he didn't say anything. He didn't bark. And so I was finna give him a chicken wing. And then my mind said, no, because I don't know. I said, if I give him a chicken wing, I don't know. Something said, no, don't give it to him. And then I said, I'm about to take a picture of him because why is he in my apartment, right? And so when I was getting my phone out, something say, no, don't take a picture. Because if you take a picture, his demeanor is going to change. He's not going to be nice, okay? And still, this was a process. Like, why am I having these thoughts instead of wondering, asking myself, why is this dog up in my apartment? You know what I'm saying? And so instead, I just sat there and looked at him for a minute. And like I said, the whole time, his tongue is hanging out. And he's, how a dog is expecting and, happy to see me or whatever. And I just opened the door and let him out, right? And then when I look, I'm just standing there for a minute, but when I let him out, he went that way, okay? And when I looked down there, I didn't see nothing, right? So I'm like, what just happened? I didn't feel weird. I didn't feel scared. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, what the hell? So the next day when I went to work, because I owned a store at that time, okay, so in the mini mall where my store was at, there was a massage shop next to it. And the lady that worked there was very spiritual. So I told her about the experience. And she told me that, the dog meant loyalty, because at that time I didn't know. And so, I didn't think about it much after that. But now that I'm thinking about it, that me becoming a wolf and howling at the moon last night, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, baby, that is the connection. But either way, that dog, yeah, the spirit animal connection, you know what I'm saying? The totem, the animal totem. Okay, so so good. I'm glad that I was able to bring those together as well. Yeah, divine discoveries. I'm like, wow, myself. Okay, I love you back, El Brujo. So yeah, y'all, I've been having some crazy experiences. So now I want to tell y'all about Alayo. Okay, I had it up. I hope I don't haven't lost it, because I had the oh, you know what? I think I took a picture of it so I wouldn't lose it. So I have been hearing my spirit guide, who I refer to as my Indian father, okay? Because I visit him, you know what I'm saying, in my astral, and I have for a long time. He has always called me the name Alayo, okay? And I've never questioned like what it meant, or how to spell it or nothing until last night. Like I just knew it was between me and him, right? I never even told nobody. And so last night, so after I came back in here, because I told you I was howling at the moon, it felt a relief. It felt beautiful. It felt, it was amazing, right? And so I came back in and just sat here like, wow, I knew I was different. And then I started thinking, and something say Google Alayo, right? So I picked it up, and I was like, okay, because when I started to Google it, I didn't know how to spell it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, how do you spell it? And my spirit guide told me how to spell it. So it was Aleyo, right? And I picked it up, y'all. I'm absolutely amazed, because when I Googled it, I don't know if y'all can see this. Where's the damn camera? Okay, so yeah, when I Googled it, it was a thing in here like this, right? And each letter has a meaning. Okay, so I'm gonna read y'all what it means. I am tripping, because I'm like, who am I? Like, I feel so blessed. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? More and more of myself is being revealed, and this shift is absolutely happening. And I mean, I can't deny it. I can't deny my experiences and what's happening. Okay, so this means, okay, so the letter A holds the vibration of a free spirit and a leader, someone who won't change their mind under pressure. Okay, anybody that knows me knows that this is me 24/7. Okay, and I'm a Taurus to the heart. I'm a Libra at the heart, you know what I'm saying? Because it's all about balance. It's all about everything needing to be balanced. I don't like when stuff is not fair. You know what I'm saying? And ain't nobody gonna change my mind because I know the truth. You know what I'm saying? The L signifies the great energy of love, the forever feeling of connection between two. Okay, and come on now. The E denotes that one can use their emotions efficiently and prefers to give a higher importance to their emotional impulses as opposed to what their reason tells them. Y, I mean E. The E. Oh, did I already read that one? Okay, yeah. Yeah, and the Y is the alphabetical equivalent of the number 7 and thus represents self-expression, originality, and a lack of restriction. Okay, now, okay, so that's the Y, and then the O. The O is what tripped me out even more because that, okay, so the O is practicing enriching thoughts that have the potential to bring one closer to what they want. Is just one instance of golden rule that carries an important significance for O. Okay, just one instance of the O, because the O also is Oshun, okay, which leads right on into, you know what I'm saying, with my other name. So it's like, wow, I'm getting all my names. I'm getting, because the soul name is important. It's important to know these things. You know what I'm saying? But did y'all just see that? Alayo, every letter in it means something, and this is what he's been calling me the whole time. And I didn't realize it, and now it's all being revealed to me. So I am absolutely tripping. Okay. For those that are in the group, if you saw my last live stream in the group, I was talking about this dream about this girl. It's a tarot reader that I watch. Her channel is called A Minute with Mila. Her name is Jamila, and she has dreams too. And she had a dream about. I know that her dream was like connected to mine. Like I know she's part of my soul group, and she talked about this group of people. She talked about a dream that she had, and the dream she had was about, she said that she was walking through the forest and she was being followed by butterflies. Okay, and I'm tripping. I'm like, oh shit. So she see the butterflies are following her, and she's leading them through the forest. And she gets to this clearing in the forest, and there's this big treasure chest that's like glowing, with the treasures that's in it. And she gets to the treasure chest and flips it open. And when she flips it open, the light comes out, and all the butterflies turn into snakes and fall to the ground. Okay, so I'm like, oh hell no, you know what I'm saying? Because so let me tell her. I'm not gonna tell the whole thing because I told it in the in the group or whatever, and there's some aspects of it that I'm not gonna share with you too. But basically, the snakes. Okay, so basically that reminded me of my dream, right? Because she was telling about this certain group of people who have a calling on their lives. Okay, and and I felt that she was like, if you're one of these groups of people, you will know. And I felt that the dream, I was one of them, because that's why I was drawn to her channel to see it. And her dream is about butterflies, just like mine. Okay, and I told people, and when I told about my dream about the time of change, and by the way, I looked back and I didn't even notice it at this time, y'all. I'm tripping because spirit is so amazing. Okay, because I was like, let me go look back and see, because I know that I told my dream about the time of change like on my old Badass Witches channel. Then I told it on another one of my channels, I don't remember, and then I told it on this channel a while back. And then I took the clip of me telling it and I put it in one of my Dissecting the Devil lessons. So I looked back and I was like, let me go see which lesson that I made the time of change dream. For the new people who haven't seen it, they can go look back, at the lessons and find it. So it's lesson 5. And at the time when I was making it, it just happened to be that lesson. I didn't realize that it was lesson 5. And you all know that 5 represents change. So all of these things now are being revealed to me, like how spirit has always been orchestrating everything, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't always aware, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so in case you haven't seen my dream about the time of change, it is I retold it in lesson 5 of Dissecting the Devil. Okay, so that's in the playlist, okay, on the Dissecting the Devil playlist. So but anyway, so basically she was leading the people, they became snakes, okay, and She said that, when she opened the treasure chest, all the butterflies became snakes and fell to the ground. Now, y'all know I interpret dreams, right? So that made me think about my dream, okay? Because in the beginning of my dream, there was me and the person that I was with at the time, okay? And over our heads was two butterflies, okay? I told y'all. And the butterfly over my head was like, it was a little bit bigger, just like the butterfly that's over my head right now, okay? And I had this dream like 20 years ago, y'all. But I didn't, and look at the, fast forward to now, the time of change is right now. And I didn't realize, even when I was telling the dream the first time, I didn't realize that I had literally decorated my house to have these butterflies over my head, and the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? The way that me and my ex would sit would always be just like how it was in the dream that you know what I'm saying, that I had 20 years ago. And even to literally down to the point where the butterflies are the same sizes that they were in the dream. So the butterfly over my head was a little bit bigger than a regular butterfly, but it was like it is now, okay? But it was not, extremely huge. The butterfly over his head was even bigger than mine, and because the butterfly over my head was like a monarch, okay, a monarch, that orange and black monarch butterfly, which is very significant of some stuff too. I'll tell about that in my private group, okay? And then his butterfly was a big, huge, majestic, jet black, silky, ethereal looking black butterfly that just moved so gracefully. And it had around the rim of it a hot pink rim, okay? I told my mom about your time of change dream, and she checks your videos out because she had a similar dream. Yeah, you know why? Because she's one of the chosen. I said in my dream that if you are one of these people, that you was gonna have a dream. I said that, okay? I said all of the people who are supposed to be doing this, because in my dream I told y'all that we was in a house, and that let me back up. So what was I talking about? Okay, so the drink, because I done lost focus now. I shouldn't have read that until I until I finished. So the butterfly. So the butterfly over his head, it had a hot pink rim. And what I realized was that this in some kind of way was like the hot pink outside of it was to be attractive, so that you would be attracted to it, right? Because that's all you really was gonna see, was like that outer part. And then when you get to it, you get sucked into that blackness, okay? And so I didn't realize that at the time. I've realized that years later, okay? So, but anyway, so at the time I was wondering, why is his butterfly so much bigger than mine? Why is it so different looking? Like mine, even though mine was bigger than an average, it still looked like a regular monarch. His looked like something that was just, like I said, otherworldly, very attractive. So you would definitely go towards it and then get sucked into that blackness. No, girl, you good. So you know what I'm saying? So, at the beginning of my dream had started off like that. We had the butterflies just floating over our heads. And then there was butterflies all through the house, okay, of different sizes, shapes, and colors. So when she was telling her dream about the butterflies following her, that reminded me of all the butterflies of different sizes, shapes, and colors. Okay. And I know that she's a teacher, she's a leader. And so when she talked about the treasure and stuff, but then when she flipped it open, how they turned to snakes and fell to the ground. And then I started, because I had been talking about, was that you, Divine Discoveries, where you talked about how you started to think that your twin was a karmic? So because I had been thinking about it, and about the false twin thing. I don't know if y'all know that there's a school of thought that there is a false twin, okay? And my theory on it, and I'm not completely like settled on a thesis about that, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, I'm still kind of examining things about how I feel about the false twin thing. But I do feel that narcissism is tied into it, okay, on some level. And so basically I started thinking about the narcissist, right? And I'm thinking, okay, because that a lot of people think that the narcissist is the false twin, and that there's a school of thought that says that the narcissist is a false twin story, okay? And that is a false twin flame, and that and that the false twin is just preparing you for your real twin, right? And I'm like, damn, because I'm thinking, wow, if that is the case, then that would be good. Okay, that's a good thing, because that means that we don't have to feel bad. We don't have to feel that if we let go of that toxic, situationship, that we have been defeated, because that, I feel like that was the root of a lot of my thing, like why I didn't want to walk away, why I didn't let go. I have real love, you know what I'm saying, because we love and the love is real, you know what I'm saying. But um to let go, I felt like if I let go of this, that I'm letting the devil defeat us. I'm letting the devil defeat the love of the Most High. And I know that the love of the Most High can defeat the devil. You know what I'm saying? I know that the love of the Most High can overcome anything. And that was my biggest dilemma in walking away from that. I didn't want to feel like that the devil, that devil energy that I'm teaching about in narcissism, the devil that has been after me since I was a child, since been after my bloodline, you know what I'm saying, for lifetimes. Okay, I didn't want to feel like the devil had defeated me. Okay, so now I was like, okay, and I'm not saying that I have completely settled on the fact that, I'm still kind of going through this. Okay, that the narc is the twin, but her dream really, I'm like, okay, that would tie right into it, because you would, because like I said, it would make sense that, okay, that's why your butterfly was bigger than mine, and that's why it looked so unnatural. Even though it was beautiful, it was ethereal, it was otherworldly, it was extremely attractive. It had a purpose. Okay, it was just like fake asses and fake body parts. Okay, they're oversized. They ain't connecting with the thigh right. It don't absolutely, it looks like a caricature of a real, to me, you know what I'm saying? All these, it's like these females to me be walking around looking like beetles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that doesn't look right. Okay, it's something like, there's a difference between what God made and what man made. Like, your shit is just a little bit abnormal. It's bigger than an average, like, you know what I'm saying? A regular ass wouldn't be looking like that. Okay, you know what I'm saying? What God made and what man made, theirs just be abnormal. You know what I'm saying? And so that was, what that, because some bodies might turn out to look good, like how this butterfly did. Like, it was attractive if you settle for that outer shit. Because if you settle for that outer shit, you would have been attracted to the pink part of that butterfly that was drawing you in, and you wouldn't have even seen the black until you was already up in it. Okay, so that's how it is when you're dealing with a false person, a narcissist, you know what I'm saying? False body parts and anything that's not real. It's drawing you in, but on the inside, you don't see all that toxicity, all that blackness that's on the inside. Okay, and so, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, so the fact that that butterfly looked like that, because that was always a question in my mind. Why is your butterfly bigger than mine? And why do it look like that? You know what I'm saying? And so when she was saying the butterflies were following her, and then when she opened the treasure, they turned to snakes. Because first of all, the treasure was glowing. Okay, so it shed light on everything. So now it's illuminated. Okay, and so now the truth of who you are has been illuminated, and at the core of you, you was a snake, like the narcissist. You know what I'm saying? But you was faking like you was the butterfly. Are y'all following me? The false twin flame. Okay, you faking like you the butterfly, because you was sitting next to me. We didn't match in the type of butterfly, the size, nothing matched. Okay, but you was next to me. Okay, trying to follow me, trying to hook on to me, because I know the way. I'm following the teachers. You know what I'm saying? I got that direct connection. So you're gonna try to hook on to me. You know what I'm saying? And follow and get led to the treasure. Okay. So her, you know what I'm saying, her dream. So when they fell to the thing, I'm like, so so that means that's why his butterfly was like that, because he's a false twin flame. You know what I'm saying? And I really do. I'm telling y'all, I think that the narcissist that comes, you know what I'm saying, because they initiate that spiritual awakening. They are the catalyst for you going into a period of focusing wholly on yourself, and then cultivating self-love. And until you have that self-love in place, you can't really get that match that is a match for that self-love, that actual twin of your flame. Your flame ain't even ignited. The flame is your self-love. So it wasn't even there when you attracted that empty vessel Okay, so the narcissist was a reflection of your own inner emptiness. Okay, the flame was ignited when that self-love was ignited. And this is how you're going to attract your real twin flame. So that narcissist, y'all can let him go. The devil has not defeated you. That is a false twin flame. I'm telling you, this is what the girl's dream was telling me. But I feel like she don't even really understand it fully, because she said she has, you know what? I'm not even finna say all of that. I told the whole meaning that I got out of it on Oshun Ajay exclusive. So if you feel that you, because basically she was basically saying that the certain people who resonated with her dream had a calling upon their lives. She said anybody who tries to restrict or do anything to these people is going to have severe punishments. Okay, and the punishments are permanent. Okay, she said these, nothing can stop these people. She said a lot of stuff. Okay, I'm not going to say everything. Okay, and there were some other things that she said. Okay, and I'm like, wow, you know what I'm saying? All of these like profound experiences, because I'm in this other realm. Like and I forgot to tell y'all, like I think it was the same night that I saw the angel. Now that I'm saying it, when I saw the angel like flash himself like right in front of this table where I'm sitting right now, when I went to bed that night, because I told y'all a lot, when the angels are getting ready to show me something in my sleep or heal something in me, I will start getting sleepy. They want me to go to sleep. So I had went to bed, and right before I got in the bed, I heard clear as day my cousin who passed like three or 4 months ago. He was young. He passed young. I heard him say something to me like right before I got in my bed, clear as day. It wasn't shocking. It wasn't fearful. It felt like I was like it was normal. Like I'm where he's at and I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like we was, you know what I'm saying? Like we were already in the midst of a conversation or something where he's at and where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? So I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying? Because this has all happened like within this past week. You know what I'm saying? And a lot has happened within this past 2 or 3 days. You know what I'm saying? So yes, having one of my names uncovered, having my spirit animal becoming that. Like I was literally a wolf, literally howling at the moon, completely having a total understanding of the wolf, why they do that, why this happens, why it needs to happen, and what power that it affords me in the spirit realm. You know what I'm saying? And so again, I hadn't even connected it back to the dog story. Somebody just reminded me that that happened years ago, that dog came out of my room. You know what I'm saying? And that room now is my witch room where I do all my spiritual work. So it's like that room already existed in there before I had actually built it. You know what I'm saying? And so I am absolutely tripping, y'all. And so I just wanted to come and share those things with y'all. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just looking through some of your comments right now, and I am going to come back later and do a witching hour. It ain't gonna be to the witching hour though. I'll come back after I'm gonna go somewhere, and I got a couple of things to go do, you guys, so I'm gonna be gone for a couple of hours. And I'll come back later and then we'll go live again. But I definitely wanted to come and share those things with y'all, okay? So my spirit name that was uncovered that I've always been answering to, okay, in the spirit realm, never told nobody, but now it was time, okay? And then my spirit animal, and then, you know what I'm saying, realizing about the narc and the greater meaning of the butterfly in my dream by hearing it from another reader who I feel that is in my soul group. You know what I'm saying? And there's more to the story, y'all. Like I said, I told the whole story in my last live stream in Oshun Ajay exclusive. So if you're interested, if you do feel that you are one of these people, definitely, you know, go join the group, okay? Because you need to, right now, if you feel that you need to get with your soul family and your soul group. Because I told y'all at the end of my dream, we were in a house, okay, and there was a small group of people and 2 children, and the house was surrounded by the possessed people because the entire world had become possessed by now, okay, and we were getting ready to go to war with those people, okay. That's how my dream ended. We looked up. I had just shaken Because basically I had heard the people getting possessed by the boss saying some words, right, that he was slipping into some stuff. And so when I told the words to the girl when we got to her house, the little boys, her little brothers, they knew what the words meant from the comic books that they had been reading, okay? And they started saying the words, and then the demon had started to rise up in them from those words that they were saying. And I shook it out of them and told them don't say those words, right? And so that let me know again what my purpose is. And not one of my purposes, one of my things that I can do, one of my gifts is that I can cast out demons, okay? Especially that particular narc demon. That's my target demographic, okay? And so that let me know, okay? And so, and especially not just the target demographic, but the youth, okay? The narc demon in the children and in the youth, okay? So, but anyway, so then when I shook it out, we heard a rattling at the door and windows and stuff, right? And we looked up, and at every little space that was visible on the windows, it was the face of a demon. It was like a typical scene in a zombie movie or whatever. And we knew. Now that's when I woke up, because basically we saw the demons, and I knew in my heart that we getting ready to have to fight these demons. There was no fear in any of us, and we knew that we was gonna win it, right? But we knew we had to go into the war, though. Like, the war still has to happen, whether the victory is already assured to you. You got to go in, you got to fight, you got to start taking heads off. You know what I'm saying? You got to start it, you know what I'm saying? You got to go in, and it's going to be a fight. So you might get hurt, you're going to lose some stuff, you're going to, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be casualties. Some of them, you know what I'm saying, going to be your family, which is basically, again, you're going to notice that some of your family members are these possessed people, and you're going to have to let them go. You're going to notice that some of your friends, you got to let them go. You know what I'm saying? Those things were being already assured in our minds, that like, okay, this stuff is going to happen during this war, but never forget that the victory of it has already been promised to you, okay? And so that's when I woke up, okay? And I woke up with that feeling in my heart, like, damn, this time is gonna come. And like I said, that was 20 years ago, okay? And so I knew that a time was gonna come when this change was. I called it. I don't know why I called it the time of change, because of the butterflies, okay? And so I've heard a lot of people tell stories now, coming fast forwarding, that they've had these kinds of dreams, and that a lot of them called it the time of transformation or whatever. It still means the same thing, right? So I'm like in awe of it, because I'm like, wow, those are the other people that was in the house with me, that small group. You know what I'm saying? Because the house literally represents in a dream. Being inside of a house represents the inside of your soul, your spirit. It represents you. It represents your, you know what I'm saying, within yourself. And so, you know what I'm saying, that soul group, that was who was in the house with me, the soul group, okay? And they were not of no one race. You know what I'm saying? They were all every different race. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't about no race. You know what I'm saying? It's about your soul, the quality. It's about energy, frequency, and vibration. Okay, so if you vibe with somebody, you know what I'm saying, they on your same frequency. If their energy is uplifting to you, you know what I'm saying. If you feel like you're getting something, there's an equal exchange. There's a give and take. There's a twin flame. There's a twin, a soul flame. You know what I'm saying. And so, so basically that was who was in the house with me. You know what I'm saying? My soul group. And then at the end, so basically, y'all, I woke up from that dream at that moment when we realized we was going to have to fight. And I had another dream later, months later, and I knew this was the rest of that dream. Basically, the war had already taken place. And the second dream that I called it the Great Fire. And in that dream, I told y'all we was rising up off the planet. The war had already taken place. We were on some sort of ship, and we was rising out. Now, this is what I was. I was on the edge of it. So I can't say what the ship looked like or nothing, okay? I felt that I was looking out of a porthole or window at the earth that was on fire. It had become a red hot coal of fire, okay? And and we were rising up off of it. And as because we were still fairly close to it when the dream opened up, okay? So I'm looking down at the people. I could see them. They was going insane, get burned, okay? And then there was this one little man that I zoomed in on. And he was on a motorcycle, and he was going around in circles, going insane, burning. And for some reason, my focus, I zoomed in on him. And in my mind, I'm thinking, why am I not feeling nothing for these people? I didn't feel nothing. I felt absolutely indifferent at watching it. Okay. And I questioned myself, like, why I don't feel nothing. You know what I'm saying? But now I understand why. Because they were narcissists, like they were empty vessels. These were not real people. These were children of a lesser God. They were created as empty vessels to be used by the devil's co-workers. Okay. And everybody that was on my ship was my soul group, my soul family, the people that I love, my soul family, God's co-workers. Okay. So I didn't understand that at the time, but I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? That a lot has been revealed to me. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm telling y'all. My no narc network is my mothership. Okay. And I realize now that's one of my jobs too. Because on some level, I feel myself like in 5D being like the what is the person, you know what I'm saying, that like ushers the people onto the plane. Like I'm at the door. Like, come on, because we lifting up soon, y'all. I'm telling you. We lifting up and I'm ushering the people in. I'm so happy to have this job. I'm so happy that this is my job because I get to say who comes on and who ain't coming or not. Okay. I have been exalted to that position. That's my job. I tell who gets to come through this door or not, who's going with us. Okay. That's why I didn't care about the people that we was leaving. Okay. And so I feel myself in 5D right now, letting people on. And we so happy, y'all. I'm telling y'all have no idea of where we're headed. Okay. If there is absolutely no darkness there at all, none. So no narcs, no narc network. Okay. You imagine a world with no narcs. It is literally heaven. That's where we headed. Okay. So I'm ushering folks in already on the 5D and we happy. Okay. We already feel the vibe. The vibe on the ship is happy. At the end of my dream, we was rising up and I was at the edge of it and I was looking at the people and I knew that all my loved ones was behind me on the ship. I was at the door looking out and I zoomed in on the little man and he was going around. And like I said, he was on a motorcycle. The motorcycle represents cycles of hypnotic rhythm that we're learning about in dissecting the devil. The cycle of hypnotic rhythm, they're caught in it. You can call it the cycle of karmic, the karmic wheel, whatever. The caught in it, it represented the narcissist, but even more so. It's something that I never really wanted to admit to myself until I have to connect up everything with my dream. The beginning of my dream, I was sitting with the person that I was with at the time, connected to romantically. And at the end of the dream, the little man that I zoomed into, who was in hypnotic rhythm, I have never wanted to admit this because when I zoomed into real time and realized that these butterflies is over my head right now, and my ex that I just broke up from used to sit right there up under the bigger butterfly, the fake butterfly. I never wanted to admit to myself that that was him on the motorcycle, but he was a narcissist. And he is caught up in hypnotic rhythm, or he was. Okay. So, the shit gets deeper, y'all. Okay. But I'm going to stop it here. You know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. So at this point, I had to admit that that was him on that motorcycle. This is why I was made to zoom in on him, because it was the whole world was on fire. Why did I zoom right in on that one? You know what I'm saying? And so now I realize, like, damn, this is so deep. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the time of change, and this is who I'm with right now. It was telling me about that. You know what I'm saying? Like who I'm with right now. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, so it goes deeper as far as the twin flame, as far as the narcissist, as far as the spirit being, you know what I'm saying? For some people, especially for the narcissist, like they're an empty vessel. So now, for me, the question is, and what I'm saying, I still haven't gotten complete, absolute clarity on it. So I'm not going to take y'all there with it yet until I commune with my spirits on it. But this is the thoughts that are in my head. Okay. So I'm like, okay, if the narcissist is a fake twin flame, then are they a child of a lesser God? And is that why I don't care about them? Because they don't belong to my God. I didn't come to get them. I didn't come to, because see, I can't see those of us who are a light worker, who are star seeds. We know that this is not our planet of origin, our plane of origin. And we know that, you know what I'm saying, that we came here with a mission, and our mission is to get those. We came to rescue. We're fishers of men. We came to rescue. We literally have been dipped down into hell to get the people, the other star seeds who have lost their way, who have forgotten who they are. right? So we came to get them. So, you know, we start mistaking these narcs for the children of God, okay? And the thing is, they're children of a lesser God. That's a question. Are they children of a lesser God, or is their soul, did it vacate as a child? Are they God's children? Did the soul vacate as a child? And do we need to bring that soul back in? You know what I'm saying? Back into the, you know what I'm saying? Back into the vessel in order to um wake it up because they're sleeping. Okay. So, okay. My spirit, you know what I'm saying? They just said both. It's both. It's both. Because, okay, now I'm seeing the yin and yang symbol, y'all. I'm so tripping. I am so tripping. I'm seeing the yin and yang symbol, and now I understand that it's both. Welcome, Dimitri. I'm so glad you're here, girl. I ain't seen you in a minute. Yeah. So we'll talk too. You know, I tried to go live and y'all wasn't in there with me. There was one person that went live with me in the group, but the video was in there, but I'll schedule another one so we can cam up, you know. But so they just showed me the yin yang symbol, right? And it's both. So y'all, because remember now y'all gotta, you know, in dissecting the devil, remember when the devil said that the energy is just as much his to use as it is God's, and we know that it's the same energy, just different polarities of the same energy. So, you know what I'm saying? It's not like the devil energy is, you know, a opposition. Again, the yin yang, the twin flames, the female, you know, not the female, the divine masculine, divine feminine, it's all the same stuff, okay? Just different polarities, flip sides of the same coin, okay? And so it's the same. It's both realities at the same time. Like they are, while they are empty and allowing themselves to be used by the devil energy, then they belong to the devil. They are children of that lesser God, okay? And when they choose, or if they choose to allow their spirit to come back in, if someone can assist them to remember themselves. Remember means to put back together, right? What are we putting back together? We're putting back together that spirit that vacated as a child and said, I want to play around in the fifth dimension. I want to play around in the you know what I'm saying, in the spirit realm. And I'm going to leave, you know what I'm saying, my lower self to run the word, you know what I'm saying, to live the life. Okay, I'm gonna let my shadow be in the forefront. Okay, so when you to remember is to put back together your spirit and your back with your physical body. So once these people have been activated, once they can be caused to remember who they are, then they become their higher self, then they're embodying their spirit, then they belong to the Most High. Okay, so the way that you're going to rescue these people is not by giving them your love. Your love is for you. Okay, that is your personal connection to source. That is your personal source that you use to heal people. That is your personal source that you know, go to regenerate yourself and everything else that you need. Your source to manifest your abundance from. It's for you. Okay, and the way that you're going to, because remember I was crying the other day and I was being given the revelation that we have to demonstrate this unconditional love to them because nobody ever showed them. Well, I did not want to be misunderstood in feeling like, you know, somebody felt that I was saying that you have to keep loving them when they're being abusive to you, when they're not showing you love, when they're not respecting you, when they disrespecting you. You know what I'm saying? When they're being cruel. Not at all. Okay. What I'm saying is the love that you have, the unconditional love that you're going to be demonstrating is self-love. When they see your own personal glow up, when they see that you're not accepting their bullshit, they can't do nothing but respect it. Okay. And as they see you getting better after you let them go. Okay, because the glow up happens after you let go of the toxicity that is the narcissist. Okay, and they be watching, honey. They do be watching. Okay, stalkers by nature, especially when they call themselves trying to ghost you, and then you cut their asses off. Okay, so learn. You know what I'm saying? This is what my walk has been about. Okay, y'all have seen my tears, my pain, my everything. Now y'all about to watch me rise like a phoenix from these ashes. Okay, because this is what I did. Okay, he ghosted me, but I cut his ass off too. Okay, and I feel this is why my emotions were so strong the other day, because I'm feeling his emotions. Okay, he probably watching right now. I don't care. I know that he watches, and I know that he been stalking, and I know that his karmic watches. Okay, I know that he been out here lying on me to people. I know that some of those people watch my channel. This is why I tell my truth. One of the reasons why I tell my truth on my channel. Okay, because I know that people that have heard lies about me are watching to see evidence of what they've been told. Okay, and so this is how you knock down the narcissists in their lies. You just live your truth, you tell your truth, you speak your truth, you become the truth of who you are. Okay, and you ain't got to worry about what lies have been told. They asses will be the ones getting exposed. They will be the ones feeling the karma. Okay, and as they watch your glow up, even though they hating, even though they're mad, even though it's really disturbing to them, it is also inspiring to them. Okay, that they realize that they need to love themselves a little bit more, that they need to quit trying to treat people like shit. Okay, it's gonna hurt you. You know what I'm saying? You know how your parents beat your ass and be like, this hurts me more than it hurts you. This is true. Okay, so like, basically when your masculines or your other half was snatched away from you, you know what I'm saying? It was basically you being protected from their toxicity, because shit was about to get real, really real in their lives. What you don't realize is that when they had you caught up in that loop of hypnotic rhythm, this was their own karma that they had been creating for years before they came into your life. And when you got with them, you just got on the bike of the back of that bike of that little man, and you was riding around with them in that karma and trying to use all your sacred love to save them. Okay, so you got caught up in their bullshit with them. Okay, so now you know what I'm saying. Now that you've jumped off and you found a way out. Okay, when they thought that they was ghosting you, the Most High turned what they thought was going to be bad, what was going to ruin you, turned it into good, turned it into a blessing, turned it into a profit, turned it into an inspiration for you to go forward into your life's purpose. It turned it into a catalyst for you to go into your life's purpose, into your life's work. Okay, and now that they sitting back and their karma's coming back around on them, because please believe me, it is coming. It's coming down on that ass right now as we speak. Okay, because literally mine, I wasn't even gonna say it, y'all, but I'm telling you, look, one of my family members told me about mine, that he is living right back in the place where he was living when I first met him. Okay, if that ain't karma, I don't know what the hell it is. It's Mercury in retrograde. How the hell you end up right back there? Because I know you feel that loop of hypnotic rhythm that is very apparent in your life. I mean, you exactly right back in the same spot. It's just like when I was talking about the other day when um them two games, Trouble and what's the other, Trouble and Sorry. Trouble and Sorry, two pop-o-matic games from the 70s that, in the game the object was to get to your end, your end result, or your end, this the to get to the finish line. But during the game, if you did not make the right moves, another player in the game could come, even if you were one step before the finish line, another player could come and take your piece and put it right back at the start point. Okay, and so that's why it was called Sorry or Trouble, because you could make all that progress, or you can appear to make all that progress, to realize that you ain't made no progress at all. You right back at start point one, and that is hypnotic rhythm. Okay, and so basically the universe will avenge you. Okay, and so I knew, what I'm saying, when all that happened, my spirits had already told me in a dream that it was happening, told me don't do nothing, and it was the most painful thing in the world for me to sit back and not do nothing. But I did. What I'm saying, now it's all coming back around full circle, and I do feel fully vindicated. You know what I'm saying? Now at the same time, I feel like, what I'm saying, it's not that I'm happy that, and not saying that nothing bad is going on, but I know that he can't help but notice. I know he can't deny everything that I was telling your ass. You know what I'm saying? Back then, he can't deny hypnotic rhythm. All the things that we were learning together before you, because he never listened. No, narcs never listen. They never pay attention. I bet you paying attention now, though. You know what I'm saying? Because the universe has literally gathered your ass, okay, and got you in a loop that you can't get out of unless you grow. Okay, so not just with him, but I'm telling y'all with everybody, you know. So don't ever let you see that nobody tell you that narcissists are not going to, they don't suffer karma, and that they're not going to learn. Okay, they gonna learn today. They gonna learn today. Okay, because the universe is not playing. Okay, and so everybody's is getting their karma back. Okay, so the moon is going to be in Pisces until Wednesday. Okay, so right now, because today I woke up, I feel absolutely balanced. Okay, completely. I'm happy, you know, because I have gotten emotional, but now, because I know that sadness part of it, it ain't never coming back. It's not coming back. I ain't sad about the shit no more, because when I was howling at the moon, like it was coming, like that sadness and all that shit that was building up, it turned into that wolf. It literally became an entity in itself. Okay, so that is the gift that comes out of your pain when you go through it. You know what I'm saying? When you just go ahead and allow it to move through you. It was literally, hey, that is transmutation. That is alchemy on the highest level. Okay? I literally alchemized that pain in that anguish into a wolf. It became a literal spirit animal, a wolf that was howling at the moon. Okay, how deep is that? Okay, I feel like Michael Jackson, y'all. Okay, in the video, y'all, did y'all see my Michael Jackson video? Yeah, so I guess this is why, you know, that I was shown the vision of Michael Jackson and being able to feel how he felt, because now I understand, like, my spirit wolf was formed literally from my pain and my anguish that I had kept trying to push down and didn't want to let it out. Y'all, it is so deep. Okay, this path is so damn absolutely amazing. Y'all better come on. Y'all better get on board. Okay, I'm telling you, if you do not come on, if you do not get right, you are going to get left. And I've told y'all how it goes down. You know what I'm saying? So take a lesson from everything that I've learned, but be inspired. You know what I'm saying? Be very inspired. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna come back later, y'all. I'm gonna go find me something to eat, because I haven't eaten anything today. I've been sipping on lemonade and coffee all day long. But yeah, I wanted to tell y'all some of my amazing experiences. Okay, I'm feeling 100% better. I let it all out. Okay, literally howling at the moon. Okay, so I'm so tripping right now, because you know I know that going forward I'm about to have so many amazing experiences. We all are. You know what I'm saying? So right now I'm excited again about the emerald tablets, because this is going to start activating us, y'all. Remembering, causing people to remember. So y'all better get on board. Oshun Aj exclusive, okay? So yeah, you know, we of course dissecting the devil is going to be on YouTube, but the Emerald Tablet book study is absolutely fascinating about Atlantis, about our powers, about who we really are. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, the information is absolutely fascinating and absolutely empowering. Okay, so get on board. I'm not going to wait much longer. Okay, and you know, when that door closes, it's closed. Okay, so until we meet again, my people, thank everyone for stopping by. If you feel led, hit that cash app at the bottom of the screen. Hit the super chat. Whatever way that you choose to support the channel, whatever way that you choose to affect change in your life. Okay, if anyone needs a personalized reading, those are available in the Badass Magic Shop. I'll put that link in the description. If you missed lesson 22 of Dissecting the Devil, I took it off this channel so that Jamila and Clarence couldn't flag it, because they asses was in it. Okay, but lesson 22 is on No Narc Network TV, and it's also in the private No Narc Network and in Oshun Aj exclusive. Okay, so if you you can get it on the, go to my community page on here on River Queen Conjure, and there is a link to lesson 22 of Dissecting the Devil. Okay, so I will be back later, you guys. I'm about to go eat and go see my grandbaby, and then I will come back. So until we meet again, keep it classy, keep it clean, and do what y'all gotta do to make shit happen. Peace.